Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, and today we have quite a special video because we reached 1000 subscribers milestone on the channel. Wow, 1000 people, I'm absolutely speechless. Thank you guys, thank you all for watching, for subscribing to my channel, for deciding to stick around. I really appreciate it and it means so much to me. Now, you probably subscribed because you care about gaming videos and not just me rambling on the camera, so that's fair enough. And no worries, I'm not gonna create another vlogging series or all of a sudden change the channel dramatically in any other way, but just taking this opportunity, I wanted to give you a little bit kind of behind the scenes and basically share 3 things in this video. First, I'm gonna ramble just a little bit about how I feel about this milestone and what it means to me. Second, I'm gonna make a special playthrough announcement, so stay tuned for that. And also give you a quick look into my whole kind of video production thing, in my production hub, so you're gonna see some upcoming videos I'm working on and some other plans and ideas. So first, how do I feel about this? And well, I'm certainly feeling very grateful. It honestly feels just absolutely incredible. I'm trying to just imagine in 1000 people, you know, in a single room, like, I don't know, it is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And also, how am I feeling about this? Well, maybe just a little bit tired, you know. I'm creating this whole channel completely on the side while having a job that pays the bills, while having family and other commitments, so it is sometimes a lot to juggle. And even though I absolutely enjoy creating videos, for the most part at least, but there are some still kind of tedious tasks sometimes, like editing video namely. It's probably something I'm least enjoying on this whole thing, and in some rare occasions I even ask myself like, why I'm doing this to me? But you know what, once I post the videos and once I see the comments that my videos, they sometimes inspire other people to try different things in the games and hopefully maybe even improving the gaming experience that they share either with themselves or sometimes with other friends and families, that feels so meaningful to me. Now, obviously, like, I'm not changing the world or creating anything extraordinary, just, you know, board gaming videos, it's entertainment. But I find that even bringing a little joy to other people is really fulfilling and means a lot to me, especially after everything I've gone through myself in recent family losses and all of that. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about is just to share that I'm thinking about making a full Elder Scrolls playthrough, yes, complete campaign, solo playthrough on expert difficulty, as apparently quite a lot of you folks have been asking me about it. Now, to be completely honest, the main reason why I've been kind of staying away from this type of content, from making a full Elder Scrolls playthrough, is just because of knowing how much time this will take, not only recording, obviously, you know, the full campaign, it will take me probably 5 hours, but then also to edit this video, and there is a lot of kind of technical difficulties. I have a very basic one camera setup, and I don't have a lot of disk space, so probably will be, you know, recording in session 1, then dumping all the footage from the camera, probably uploading this to the cloud, then continue recording session 2, then filming it, like editing this all together. That's going to be a lot of tedious process, and usually, generally speaking, I would rather prefer making, you know, filming maybe several class guides or other useful videos, which hopefully you guys find interesting and useful as well. But you know what, if I ever gonna make a playthrough, I thought this one occasion of hitting 1000 subscribers is a really good opportunity to finally do that, especially again since so many of you have been asking me about it. Now, I don't have a specific date for this playthrough yet, but just as a quick heads up, I'll probably make a separate YouTube post, you know, just as a text post sharing more details about it, and I'll probably gonna ask about your input, for example, like what class or build or province you would like me to play in that playthrough. And also, I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to showcase any of the new stuff, of the new classes or skill lines from the upcoming expansions. This is something I need to check with Chip Theory Games, so completely TBD on that. But in any case, just watch this space and keep an eye on the YouTube post with more details about the playthrough in the maybe coming several weeks, I would say. And well, if you're still here, I would like to share a little bit more about what's coming next. And you know, I know some creators, they like setting goals, oftentimes numeric goals, like we hit 1000 subscribers, like onto to the 10,000 subscribers or something like that. Personally, for me, that never quite worked. I think those kind of external goals, they are, generally speaking, beyond our control, and I would rather focus on something that I can do. So personally, probably the only goal that I've set myself is to create one high quality video every week, at least as a minimum. Sometimes I post more than one video, but that's kind of the benchmark, I would say. And so far, I think it worked, and I'll just probably continue just focusing on that, creating one good video every week. But speaking of about which exactly videos, this is what I would like to show you now. So come on over to my computer, I'm going to show you a little bit around here. Okay, so we're looking at my YouTube channel. Again, 1000 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, for that. It's still mind-blowing to me. But you know what, just for this purpose, let me go to my website. In case you don't know, it's thinkgaminghq.com. and we'll go to the games page, and this is where I list kind of games that are currently already on the channel, but also my future plans for coverage. This is something to give you a little bit kind of heads up, maybe make you a little bit excited about it. But this is kind of like a big picture of what potentially like kind of games are coming on my channel. So we have obviously TestBotsy. This has been my absolutely favorite game for the past I don't know, almost a year soon, I guess. And we have Neon Rain and 20 Strong and Slay the Spire. And by the way, I think it's pretty cool to just have this, kind of game boxes, which are obviously links to their respective playlist on YouTube. I think it's just a quite nice way of organizing. Just imagine if once there will be dozens of games. I think this would be pretty cool. Maybe you don't care. I still care. I love organizing things, whether it's in board games or just information on the website or things of that sort. So that is already on the channel. If I scroll a little bit beyond that, that is all in my collection and coming to the channel soon. Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, and One Hit Heroes. Good games, definitely gonna cover them sooner or later. Some other games that are in my collection, but I currently don't have any plans for covering them, so we're gonna see about that. But below that we have upcoming projects that are planned for future coverage. It's games I've backed or interested in backing or just planning to cover on my channel eventually. Dragons of Etchenstone, Final Titan, Nexus card game, Grim Coven, Lands of Overshade, of course tons of expansions for TestBotsy, as well as Threshold and Druid Path. And this is kind of like a general overview of kind of what type of games are coming to my channel, eventually at least. But now I would like to go even deeper than that and show you my actual production pipeline, if you will. But a quick disclaimer before that. First of all, it's obviously going to contain spoilers for some of the videos that will be coming on my channel in the next weeks, and potentially even beyond that. So if you would be rather be surprised of, not knowing what's coming on my channel, totally understand if you're gonna turn off the video at this point. But in case you're curious, this is gonna be your opportunity to see what's coming next. And also some of those things you'll see there are not quite plans, but rather ideas. So while I want you to be excited about it, maybe just don't be overly excited, because things can still change. Sometimes I think it might be a great idea to film my certain videos, but then I think about it, what, maybe it's not such a good idea. In any case, that was just a quick spoiler alert basically. And now let's jump into Notion, because this is the heart of my video production, if you will. And we're currently looking at the calendar. Yeah, as you can see, I have like all the things organized, and these are different videos and the different statuses when those videos are published. This is up next. Some of the videos are editing, and some are ready, and some are still on the idea phase. But this is the sort of the calendar view. And now if I switch up to the production, and this is sort of the main pipeline. As you can see, there are some vertical columns: idea, progress, up next, editing, ready, and published, and they represent different stages of a video production essentially. And as you can see, I have 33 videos published, 7 videos already ready. Yes, so this is kind of spoiler. Some of those videos already filmed, like my Neon Rain playthrough, as well as this instruction stuff, skill and explained, and potions for Slay the Spire. Have a couple of videos currently editing that will be coming up next week. These are more coverage for the Heroes of Tamriel campaign, new races of Heroes of Tamriel, and Shadows of Oblivion. These are the videos that are coming up next. This is the one that I'm currently filming, 1K special, and plus I have Burglar Class Guide coming up as well. I have a bunch of video titles already in progress, which means I've been kind of working on already here and there a little bit, maybe thinking how I would phrase certain things, or what I would like to film there in general. And as you can see, there is a lot of them, 38, and we have 99 plus, which means it doesn't fit there. I think this is the maximum number this can be displayed in the column, but basically over 100 video ideas for all games, which means it's potentially like 2 years worth of content, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's almost to the point where it's a little bit a problem, because I have too many video ideas, which obviously it's a good problem to have, but nevertheless, it just might take time before I get to some of the videos. And if I filter, for example, by TestBotsy, because that's probably most of you are interested about, like even on Elder Scrolls alone, as you can see, we have 48 video ideas plus 29 already kind of in progress in different stages. So I think that is already almost 80 more videos coming up if you count all of those upcoming and already editing and ready. So yeah, we're talking about really about 80 more videos on top of what's, you know, extra 23 already on the channel. And that of course does not cover like all ideas. It's just some of the ideas are already kind of offloaded from my brain to this Notion pipeline. But again, this is not everything. And just to give you a quick idea, I'm planning a lot of beginner's guides, for example, a complete beginner's guide on sort of gameplay tips, which is not necessarily how to play, but rather just general gameplay tips on how to overcome certain challenges, what kind of my thought process behind certain things. And with the same theme, we have top beginners mistakes and difficulty modifiers explained, and 5 things I wish I knew, top 10 solo builds, campaign structure explained, because I know quite a lot of people just don't quite properly understand how it works, and ranking all skill lines and all of that, more class guides, more skill lines explained series. And I'm also thinking about end game explained series, for example, as you can see, Black Marsh, High Rock, Cyrodiil, just all different end game explained in a kind of different videos, because I found that in the end games there are quite a lot of rules, and sometimes it may be not quite obvious how exactly you're supposed to play certain end games. Hopefully those videos will help. And yeah, just more videos, as you can see, more class guides, more skill lines, more tier lists, more beginner's guide, tons of content. And as you can see, I have now how to play TestBotsy complete tutorial with a question mark. I had this idea of making like a complete tutorial on how to play, which from the rules perspective, although frankly speaking, I'm still not sure that I would want to do that, because I think there is already a couple of good how to play videos on YouTube, so I'm not sure how much value I could bring. Maybe you guys let me know if this is something you would like on the channel or not. I don't know, in any case, these are ideas. This is why it's not like all the things here are not set in stone. Generally speaking, I'm trying to be flexible. For example, if I get back to the calendar view, like all this week with this campaign coverage was completely unplanned. Frankly speaking, I did not expect to receive this demo pack from Cheap TV Games, and I basically moved my entire schedule and all the things down here to give more space for these content coverage videos, just because they are time sensitive. So yeah, I'm trying to be kind of mindful about that and not plan too much ahead, but hopefully that kind of still gives you a little bit idea or what's kind of my thought process behind it. Now, obviously, TestBotsy has been completely dominated on my channel, and now, as you can see, I have absolutely tons of more video ideas coming up. But the funny thing is that I never kind of planned to make almost like a one game exclusive on my channel. This has just naturally happened because I love the game so much, but I of course will introduce some other games on my channel, just as I showed you earlier, like a Grim Coven and Gloomhaven and all the other games as well. So just don't be surprised if you see some other non-Elder Scrolls games on my channel all of a sudden. And I think once Elder Scrolls expansions are released, I'm probably gonna introduce another series, just a short build guides rather than class guides, because we're gonna have so many more different permutations and combinations of different skill lines and classes. So probably gonna be another kind of ongoing series with just a certain build highlights or build spotlights rather than deep class guides specifically. So there is potentially almost an unlimited number of ideas that we're gonna have from there. So yeah, that is how my kind of general video production process looks like. In case you was curious, I hope you find this interesting. And oh, by the way, I should probably mention that if you like this kind of completely raw, unscripted, behind the scenes videos about my YouTube channel, I have an ongoing series on Patreon. And you know what, I must say that I always feel a little bit bad when I mention my Patreon, just because, you know, it's feel a little bit cringy, as if I'm trying to sell you, like, oof, and then I always have this resistance, but I really do not want to sell this to you. Just want to show you, just in case you're curious and you don't know. So, you know, just let me show you in a moment. If I go to Patreon, I'll probably let me open this in a new browser tab. So Patreon/Think Gaming. So that is how my Patreon page looks like. There is a lot of free stuff available because I post the same videos basically here as a free posts from my YouTube channel, just in case it would be easy to have like one complete content feed rather than jumping between them. But the thing I would like to show you is this ongoing series called Think Journal. This is more like a deep dive behind the scenes, specifically behind my YouTube channel, with all the numbers and all the struggles and all the things that I try and they work, or sometimes they don't work. So this is more like a content creation focused, and maybe just if you'd like to see a little bit even deeper behind the scenes, this is probably something you might consider checking. Again, I don't want to like sell. I feel really bad just even talking about this, because you're like, oh, I have this resistance, but this is genuinely with good intentions. And I also have community votes here, and Thinking Out Loud is basically my podcast and just rambling about some other games I'm excited about and things of that sort. So again, feel free to check it out, but only if you're interested about this kind of my extra raw rambling videos, kind of like this one. And well, I guess that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you once again for deciding to sticking around and just following me on this journey. I feel incredibly grateful, and I hope I'll be able to provide even more value moving forward with more videos, class guides, campaign coverage, tutorials, how to play videos and whatnot. So again, massive thank you all, and I hope to see you in the next video.